stopped it?
No, she's still rolling. We're not
We're doing it one more time, really quick. I got this. Welcome to our fourth take at the beginning of this video on our channel, the Stitchhouse Dallas. And I am Jessica.
I'm Emily.
And Bryan.
Terry.
And we are so excited to show you a few of our favorite things today. And I am excited because we've been working on this for quite some time, right?
We have.
We figured out what fabric we wanted. We figured out if we could reorder the fabric. We found all of our favorite notions, and we're all going to tell you why we picked what we picked. And I'm going to start with Terry and let him kind of go through some of his favorite choices and his fabric that he picked for his bundle. Tell us about it, Terry.
Thank you. This is my primary fabric that I started with. And if you look, you'll see that a lot of the colors are pulled straight from my additional fabrics. The cool thing about this one is that it has a lot of colors that I like, and if you look closely you'll see that they match some of the fabrics that I have in here. You may look real close and say this isn't quite the right color, but remember you own both sides of the fabric, and so if I open this up, it's actually the same color as some of the fabrics that are in here. And so I'm not totally lost my mind, but it's possible. And so with this fabric bundle, fat quarter bundle, I also have chosen the mini clips. I love these, and I'd be more than happy to show you in the store, but they're actually small enough that I can actually use those instead of using stick pins when I do garments. And I'm easily can take those out and it won't damage my fabrics when I'm working with them. I also have a lot of Quilter Select products. I love Quilter Select products, especially the rotary cutter. It's actually got a weight to it, so I don't have to use as much pressure when I'm actually cutting the fabric, and it can be left or right-handed. So a lot of times people will see me on the cutting table and using my left hand, but it does make it much easier when you have the Quilter Select rotary cutter. I also have the fabric glue. And I use this when I'm doing applique, but if I'm trying to get my binding, I can actually put it on the back of the binding, fold it over, pin it with my mini clips, and then it'll stay there for afterwards. There's also refills that we have on the desk. And then this Quilter Select ruler. If you look real close, you'll see that it's almost a hairline right there. That means I'm going to get a more precise cut. A lot of rulers will actually have a thick black line, and you can't know if you have it just right, and by the time you get your quilt done, you're like 2 inches shorter than what you started with because of the cutting. So I have that, and I have this OmniGrid cutting board. It actually opens up. You have a hard side, which is a cutting board by inches, and then the other side is an ironing board. And quite honestly, when I'm doing paper piecing, I'll set this in my lap and I will do my trimming and stuff right next to the sewing machine. And lastly, this nice little notepad. And mine says, if I put it straight up, says, "My soul is fed with needle and thread." It's so cute, and it's
that's
awesome.
Very true about Terry.
And and it's also magnetic, and so it'll close. Nice size for having in your purse or satchel. So that's a really nice little thing that we have. And so for my kit, that's what I have.
Okay, and much like Terry, I picked a primary or a focal fabric, and I thought this one was really, really cool. I loved the colors in here. I'm not scared of salmon, so I went with it a little bit, but this just kind of was very summery for me, and I loved it. I thought it was a very cool fabric, along with this one here. So for my pile, I picked a couple, what I might call a little more outrageous fabrics, and then tried to tone it down as we went across to end it with the basics. Black, blue, white, and yes, coral. And if you don't think coral is a basic, then you haven't seen my summer wardrobe. Coral is a basic this year, so here's your basic and your primaries, okay?
That's purple, babe.
What?
That's purple.
It is?
Yep.
I'm also fairly colorblind, so to me, purple, black, and coral are all very similar. Wow. Huh.
Wow.
Is it really?
That's purple.
I might call this navy. I feel like this is purple. This is more of navy to me, but I'll let you be the judge. Come in the store and check it out. We'll see. We can make the decision together. Another really cool thing I'm doing with the fat quarters, which is probably very unique, is I'm making cool pocket squares for t-shirts for the guys this year. So we're gonna make a t-shirt pocket out of all these different summer fabrics and sew them right onto t-shirts. It's a cool, cheap, inexpensive, fun project. So those are my fabrics. And the inspiration was summer fun. Now moving on to my favorites. I started off with donuts. It is National Donut Week. I love donuts. You admittedly love donuts, so why not start with the donut pincushion? I keep this by the sewing machine, love it, use it all the time. They've got all kinds of different shapes, but again, for me, donuts was the best shape. My flatter, so if you've watched any of the videos, you've probably seen the flatter. This is probably one of the most widely used products that we have on here. And again, much like last week, it can double as a deodorant. So it does. Very expensive, but it works that way. But anyways, this is fig.
It's your favorite.
Is it my, yeah, you're right, I do like this. This was my favorite. Thank you for whoever picked that out. Quilter Select. I think we all had a Quilter Select rotary cutter because, well, they're the best rotary cutters and I don't need to go into much detail there. However, again, things that I don't love to do, but that make the job a little easier is this travel iron garment steamer. You've seen this on the video as well. Great little tool, $50 value, and it helped me have to not put so many products in my bundle. Lastly, the daylight lamp. This is a great addition. This can be used in just a multitude of different ways. I'll let you kind of figure out where you want to use it. I use this when I'm at the sewing machine, when I'm trying to rip out all of my mistake stitches. I even use it sometimes when I'm changing my watch strap. So this is a nice multifunction tool. And sewing forever, housework whenever. I'm seeing a theme here. I have an iron and a housework whenever. I can tell you this with the utmost sincerity. I will do neither. I use this for love notes, and that is about it. But you can use it for whatever you like. And that's my bundle.
So I love my bundle because it is my color collection that I always go to, and I think Emily and I were talking about that last night in a text message. She was like, I need to pick a different palette, but I think if you have a palette that you like, go with it, right, Emily? I mean,
right.
It should. If you love those colors and you love those textures and the way things look and work, this is definitely very me. So I love a denim as a neutral. I will say that over and over again. We have some great denims in the store. This is a Robert Kaufman worker chambray, but I think this works in really cool to quilts as a neutral. I also love an unbleached cotton, which I don't think is used enough either. I think it gives a really cool look to a regular solid white. It gives it some texture. I think it looks really it makes something look really cool. So any kind of unbleached cotton I love. Huge fan of anything Me and You. So this is a Hoffman Me and You fabric. These are actually a batik, but it's a modern take on batiks, and I have been a huge proponent of these since they came out. How many years ago did these come out, Emily? When these came out, I met Aaron Hoffman at Quilt Market, and I said, what are these? They're so cool. And he told me they were batiks, and I lost my mind. And ever since then, I've been buying them. I actually have a few of them in my collection here. These are both batiks, and I think they're just phenomenal. Oh yeah, there's another one. Yes, another batik. A batik. So hand-dyed, just like your typical batiks, but with a modern twist on them. I love. And then I threw in some Carolyn Friedlander because we love Carolyn Friedlander, and I think her colors played in really well with all of the other colors that I picked. A ruby star to kind of throw in some of that copper and brown and all those other colors, and another ruby star, the basics. What's this one called again?
That's Added Up.
Added Up. Yeah, and it's got like this little cool copper plus signs on it, which I just think is really cute and a nice light color to throw in with all my darker colors. So I feel like I picked more masculine colors, if you want to call it that. But I think that these would be a really cool, I would love this on my couch or in my guest room or anywhere, whatever I was making with it. I think these are really cool.
Can I add something?
Let me add real quick. This
Go ahead.
this is a wonderful look at how Jessica's brain functions. This looks
Tell me.
just like her idea board, as all of the guys just were very linear in the way they showed their colors. She just is kind of all
Yes,
over
that
the
is
place.
me. Okay, tell me, Emily, what were you going to add?
This is something else I think that's really exciting. Metallics are really popular, but a lot of people, if they use silver, they're like, oh, my quilt can only have silver in it. Or if they use gold, it can only have gold. We've got silver in these two right here. We've got like a rose gold copper here, and we've got that copper here. And those are all gonna work really well together.
And the same thing with jewelry right now, like as a trend, people are mixing and matching their colors of jewelry. People aren't just wearing.
You mean the gold and the silver?
Yes, exactly. Yes, Emily. Yes, gold and silver is a popular thing right now. You don't have to just wear silver jewelry or just wear
This
gold
is her
jewelry.
excuse to buy more jewelry.
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you. Sorry for the segue, guys. We do this for like an hour before we start filming, just so you guys know. So anyway, let me show you my favorite notions, and I'll start with my most favorite. This is the Oh So Clean by Brush and Cloth set. I am a clean freak. Let me see if I can open this. Yes, I can. And I've showed this in a video before. Keeping your sewing machine clean is very, very important. So this cute little set is just nice to throw in your drawer. It folds up easy and it's really quick if you want to put it in your bag if you're going to a class or anything like that. Number two, I have to have the Seam Fix Seam Ripper. The reason I love this is because on one side, I can rip my seams, and on the other side, I've got like this really cool eraser to erase those stitches out. So it helps me kind of pull all that excess thread out, and I love the Seam Fix Seam Ripper. It would not be a pick from me unless I threw in an Aurifil 50 weight cotton thread. I love Aurifil thread, and I think that there is a definite need for gray in your stash. If you are not a convert to Aurifil thread yet, then come see me and I'll tell you why you can sew with it, quilt with it, embroider it, do all those kinds of things. I also love Dreamweave Ultra, and this is something I use not just for quilting but also for embroidery, and I think this is a must-have in anybody's sewing stash. We get calls about this all the time. It's a product from R&K. You can use it for a multitude of things. If you embroider on delicate fabric, maybe you want to stabilize some fabric before you piece it together, like a t-shirt or something like that. This is a very, very nice thing to have in your sewing arsenal. We sell it by a yard at a time, or you can buy it on a bolt or 3 yards, but this will be a really great start for you to kind of play with Dreamweave Ultra, and I love it. Of course, I threw the Quilter Select rotary cutter in here when this first came out a few years ago. I felt the weight of this and I thought that is amazing, so no explanation really needed. Get rid of your old rotary cutter and replace it with this one. You will not be sorry. I love anything kind of kitschy. I was a Hello Kitty girl all growing up, so anything that's kind of cartoony and fun is my jam. This is a USB stick for sewers. You don't have to be an embroiderer. You could just store anything on here. It's not sewing specific, but it is a cute little, sewing machine. Bryan's laughing at me. This, I'm surprised Terry did not have this in his bundle. Do you have this in your bundle, Terry?
I don't. I was trying to get the Quilter Select.
Oh, okay. So this is the stiletto from By Annie, and you can use this as a pointer. So if you're just doing things and you want to point to them, it's also really helpful for when you're sewing to kind of guide your seams through. I love this as well.
Prison shiv.
I also, don't listen to Bryan. Flatter spray, it goes with my color theme here, but it is fig and I love flatter. Huge fan of flatter. I've told you guys before, I hate the smell of other products, and they just remind me of living in a sewing store my whole life. Flatter, when this came out, I was like, finally an alternative to a spray starch. I'm obsessed with that. And then this is my little notebook that's coming with it. It says, life is so beautiful, and I like that a lot.
This is my fabric collection. We spent a little bit of time picking out all of our collections, and I have to tell you, when I got home last night, there was a quilt hanging on my wall, and it was this exact color palette. And you know what they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
I think that you can continue to have a kind of a style that you make your own, and if it kind of centers around a color palette, that's awesome. Some of these fabrics in here, I've been so excited to wait to get in. The Carolyn Friedlander, when these boxes came in, I was very excited.
Emily called Hoffman, or not Hoffman,
Robert
I'm sorry,
Kaufman.
Robert Kaufman, like every day.
I called them. I said, are we getting these yet? Are we getting these yet? Are we getting these yet? And we finally got them. So it would have been really easy for me to take my favorite bundle and just do the whole line of Jetty. But luckily, every one of our bundles incorporates the Carolyn Friedlander fabric in really unique ways. So the Jetty fabric has some of my favorites, and these might not be them, but they kind of coordinate with other fabrics that I can mix in. This one right here also would not have been a true favorite bundle if I didn't include this spots from Ruby Star Society, which is really nice. You might not think you can mix the black with the navy, but this fabric in here has got some nice neutrals too with the black.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
It is totally, it's totally Flintstones. There's just something really wild about this that I love. Probably one reason that Jessica and I get along so well, and probably why I'm here in the Dallas area, is because of the Me and You fabric.
We love them.
We absolutely love these fabrics from Hoffman, the Me and You, and I think that it is totally acceptable to mix batiks with cottons and linens like we're doing here. So we fit those in, and of course my Speckle by Ruby Star Society. So I definitely love that like dusty desert vibe. We've got some warm neutrals and some sky vibes, so that's kind of where my bundle comes from. So I hope you all enjoy this as a and every paper piecer needs to have the add a quarter ruler. In my favorite bundle, I've got the combination one that has the small ruler and the large one. And if you already have a yellow one, you have to have a pink one too. It's super cute. And another quilting ruler. Terry's got this in his bundle, but I really love these rulers too. I know he already talked to you about it, but I'm gonna say one more thing. The Quilter Select ruler not only has really great lines on the ruler, but it also has like a non-slick surface. So this is going to avoid shifting whenever you're cutting your fabric. So I love these. That's in my favorite bundle. I don't need to say anything about this. As a younger quilter, I think using tradition in quilting and kind of keeping it modern is really important. So I always like a good resource to kind of get some inspiration. So Modern Memory Quilts is a book that I've put in my favorites. We can flip through just really quickly, and we can see some really cool ideas on how we can kind of carry on your family's tradition into a really cool modern quilt. So that's in my favorite bundle. My notepad says itching to be stitching. That's how I always feel. You'll see me in the store, and I like to be at home stitching. So
Always.
And because it's a favorite things bundle, we've got this really cool artwork from Crafted Moon, and it says these are a few of my favorite things. So that's in my bundle for our favorites. I hope you like these.
In the house.
Okay, as I will say, the four of us work together. I should say the five, because Brittany behind the camera, she deals with us the most. We work together on a daily basis, and we all love and hate each other so much. It's great. Like, we rip on each other. It's real. Emily said she was going home after this. So we have a lot of fun, but I want to tell you guys about how to buy these bundles and how you could possibly win. We're going to be doing a giveaway, and we're really excited about that. Bryan doesn't know about the giveaway, but I will tell you about the giveaway, and this is his first time he's heard about it. So we're going to give away four of the fabric bundles, so one of each, and four of our favorite notions collections, so one of each, and there will be 4 different winners. So if you win, you're going to be able to get one fabric bundle and one notions bundle, and they'll come together as a set. So you'll either get like Emily's full bundle,
Hold on.
my full bundle.
Yeah.
Bryan's adding it all up in his head right now. But 4 of you are gonna have a chance to win these bundles, and I'm very excited about this. All you have to do is be a subscriber to our YouTube channel, and if you're watching this, you probably are, so thank you very much. And we are going to be doing this fairly soon. So Brittany will post all of the information for how to win one of these bundles below the video. So make sure you're subscribed, check the comments, and make sure that you can see how to participate and how to win one of these bundles. There's multiple ways to win and lots of options to get extra points and things like that. Yeah, Bryan?
we should also probably mention that we will sell these as well.
We are going to sell them.
we can give them away. We also can sell them.
We are going to be selling them on our website as well. So if you check our website, the bundles, the Notions bundles are going to be together as one bundle, and they'll be 20% off. So they all have $150 value. They're going to be online for $119.99. So you'll get $150 worth of product for $120. And then our fabric bundles, our fat quarter bundles, are going to be online for $32.99. So we're going to have some really great deals on our Notions and our fabric, but you could also have a chance to win them as well. And we're really excited about that. Right, guys?
That's true. And this is while supplies last, because I know we have limited amounts of
We
the
have
fabric, right?
very limited supply. Emily was on the phone most of yesterday trying to figure out, can I get more Carolyn Friedlander, please? And they're like, yes, Emily, at Stitchhouse. We know you very well now. So, yes, no, honestly, it is limited supplies, and we are really excited about what we picked. And I hope you guys are too. Leave a comment. Make sure you get entered to win, and we'll see you guys soon.